Race 5 is the Quoz Sprint. For me, it's the banker of the meeting. It's the one I've been looking forward to. I was hopefully watching Kurt Rock in the race, but he didn't get in. There's 16 runners. I think you can put a line for about 6 or 7 of them, which leaves it really to a 6 or 7 horse race. And for me, Shay is the nap of the meeting. How he won last time, he looked like a monster. Looked like an absolute monster. And I saw Stefan this morning, and he said he thinks the horse has improved from that race, Mike's assistant. For me, the 7-4 that was on offer earlier in the week, especially when there was question marks about Eagle Regiments, who's the second favourite on the book, was massive. Now he's 5-4, he might get a little bit of 11 to 18 places. I can see him going off evens. Pat?
Some of the, you said you think there are maybe 6 horses that can't win. I think those 6 horses could have a say in the outcome of the race from the rest of the field. So if you say Gannis is overmatched on grass, Gannis is going to the front and is going to try and burn. He has to. I think Varsity, the American, is going to go. Don't pay too much attention to those final times because in America there's a run-up start. So those final times are deflated essentially by about 2 to 3 seconds. So it brings him a little more in line. He's never gone a straight course, which is always a question, nor has the rider ridden on a straight course normally. I think it comes down to Shay and Soul Power. Ed Lynham did a video with the Dubai Racing Club before the Maidan Sprint. And he made it very clear that I do not have this horse in the same place I had him when he almost won this race. He was ticked off.
He looked awful that day as well.
There you go. Okay. But he said.
Try that.
No. But he said he will come on significantly for this first run, so that we'll have him better. And go back and watch this race last year. People have told me this week that he's a 1,200-meter horse. He was a length away from winning the race, and he did it from draw 15, and we think those stand-siders are the best.
Yeah, I mean, in all fairness, he's drawn 15 again, but in all fairness, was it JJ that won last year? Hortensia had to come through a gap and didn't have the clearest of runs. So, I mean, and won comfortably in the end. Yeah. I mean, I know it was your nap last year and won comfortably. He was 2.5 lengths behind Shay in the trial race, and Mike's been quite vocal about the fact he thinks a lot of his horses have needed at least 3 runs this year. Their third run is the optimum run, because the first 2, having travelled via the moon and back to get here, they've been a little bit on race fit, which is unusual for Mike. They're normally bouncing at the first race. So I think if Shay has improved, this horse has got a lot to find. Soul Power.
They ran the last 800 meters in almost exactly the same fashion. On the sectional times, they just ticked off together the exact same times, give or take a 1/10 of a second. Soul Power came home faster, final 100, by about a 1/10 of a second. Their last 200 meters were exactly the same on the sections. The only difference between Shay and Soul Power in the Maidan Sprint was the first 200. And you typically don't think you're going to win or lose unless it's a bad jump. Soul Power just held up as he normally does. I happen to think that and Mike back at the yard this week said, I've watched this race over and over and over, probably too many times, and said, I really do fear this horse.
Soul Power.
He's still probably, Shay, still probably the best hope on the night, but it's a very legitimate fear of Soul Power.
But if you look at the weekend, like if you go to Jebel Ali, and everybody's talking about treble jig couldn't be beat, 6-4, great price. The sensible move there is if you're looking at Soul Power, which you can get 7s on, if you fancy Shay, you have a cover bet. You do the 2 bets. I did a cover bet on Farrier because everybody was saying Farrier with the 5 kilos, and ended up you nicked a little bit of money. You got 8-1, 9-1 each way. You nicked a little bit of money. For me, I take Eagle Regiment out of the race because it's had problems this week. You can't go into a Group 1 race not being fully correct. I think it's a clever bet. If you've managed to nick the 7-4 earlier in the week on Shay, you have a cover bet on Soul Power and you're covering your odds.
Mr. Big is the nicely priced each-way runner.
Nine the frame.
Yeah, exactly. You've got to love horses that are consistent.
You mean like Kilt Rock?
20-hour travel to Penang last time, where he allegedly broke a 20-year record, although the clock's a bit dodgy from what I've heard. And here's a talk about going into the statistics. Barrier trial, March 12th, Cranji, 28 horses trial that day, and certainly none of them with the same degree of Mr. Big. We get that. He ran his time, let's say, 1 minute and change. Of the 28 horses to barrier trial, he was faster to the next fastest by 1.3 seconds. He did it in the middle of the course, well away from the cones, under an absolute snug hold. This is a game horse.
Well, at 20 to 1, he's interesting to look at.
On the stand side rail. I mean, he basically had a practice gallop here, getting in race day conditions, Mr. Big, to run third at the big price.
Mark?
I'm just going to say Shay. We went wow on the night.
Yeah.
And I think that counts a lot. I think Mike de Kock's going to have a winner. This could be his best chance, possibly.
Gary?
Well, Shay, the price has gone now, so I couldn't be giving it. But just look at the draw factor. We've had 4 races on the turf course over this trip. 16, 14 and 14. Okay, one of them came from 1 as well, but that was when the stall was on the near side anyway. And that was Rhodesian Man. So I think the draw is crucial. I don't know, for some reason, even with the 6 furlong races, all the horses that have been finishing fastest have come to the near side. Whether that's less watered or not than the other side, because it's not as used as much, I don't know. But I just think Soul Power will come flying home late, and whether we can pick Shay Show might be a different matter, but I can't have him out of the frame, so I think he's at least an each way bet at 7-1.
Okay, so at the moment we're all kind of Shay, Soul Power, and probably Mr. Big, and you got your trifecta.
Yeah. There'll probably be some value in this race because whether the British market's price, I mean, Duck Scholar, yeah, I couldn't have him for any money.
Not on 5.
Spirit Quartz has never won over this trip. So there's quite a lot of the English horses that are probably a lot shorter than they probably should be.
Which is standard.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Yeah.
But it means you probably can
get some value.
Yeah, in some of the later races, some of the international runners that are overpriced, and like Pat points out, Mr. Big probably is there. I mean, he's never been out of the frame when he has 20 to 1.
Well, you'd take 20 to 1 each way every day. So we're going to go with Shay,
Soul Power.
Soul Power.
Soul Power each way.
Soul Power each way. Shay to win, Soul Power to be second. So do the forecast.